Hey!
Give everybody just a
I know,
minutes
right?
to find us. Dang it. Do not understand why
And
that
260
happens.
people on there, too.
Don't understand why that happens at all.
Yeah.
It's incredibly aggravating. Hopefully they will find us.
Yeah,
Questions popping up. Oh, Lincoln Hawk is
there
here.
you go. What's up, guys?
It's okay. We are back.
So, yeah, no idea what happened. All of our phones had Wi-Fi. This thing said it had full Wi-Fi. Bam. It just froze up on us. We couldn't make it happen. So, I'm going to go right back to where I was. So, if I'm like this, without any pressure, that hurts my arm. Like, if I try to straighten my arm, it hurts. So to think that I could hold someone's whole body or whatever on that bone, there's just too much pain in there. There's a spot right before I get there that is where I'm strong. It's where I have a very strong stopping spot. But yeah, so that's the answer to my King's move. It's just limited range of motion, and I need more height.
The answer to why you have your King's move?
Yeah, or it says injury. That's what the question, the super chat was something about injury, right?
Oh, so you're in pain when you train?
I'm in pain all the time. But
he's in pain all over on his arm.
You just learn to deal with it, right? You just get used to a certain degree of pain on a daily basis, and that becomes your new norm, right? So I think she's going to come over here and try to go back to that live.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
Well, yeah, okay, just don't worry about it. I'm doing this.
I think she's going to try to get some questions so I can start answering questions. But this part of this live, since we already talked about pretty much 505, 506 is most likely going to be Jerry. And now it's time to start answering some questions.
Your muscle build a barrier to protect your joint.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's muscle, I think it's tendon, I think it's ligament, I think everything there is just your body has its own protective nature. Devon had the chance last year, Jerry should get to pull Michael this year. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much the consensus. I know WAL would probably prefer me and Devon, and I'll be honest, it would be more visible match for me if it was Devon, because Devon's the most recognized arm wrestler we have right now, so me beating him again would help me out a lot. But how do you prevent Jerry from forward pressing you off the pad? See, this is the only time I've ever arm wrestled Jerry in the WAL was last year, and that was 7x9 Sweden Arm Wrestling Television. I'm glad you found us again. So I have always beaten him on a 7x7 with the less of the 2 inches, and you would think the extra 2 would help me. But in that last match, like I said, I just could not get my transition, and I couldn't get to where I needed to be. I mean, I was where I needed to be, I just couldn't make the transition. Should Gasparini have hooked Matt? I think it's hard to hook Matt. I think Gasparini just needs a little bit more time with this setup. He needs to practice where he goes. He needs to practice the setup, and I think he'd be fine. Can Devon fight me after Jerry? I mean, someone actually, I was just reading, I made a post about this, and they're talking about Michael and Jerry pull, and the winner pulls Devon next year. I'm like, when I defeat Jerry, I'm the champ. I don't have to pull anybody to do anything. You got to get to me, right? So
why would the winner pull Devon?
Yeah,
Devon lost to Michael. Yeah.
Currently is of no consequence. If he's unable to take the match and Jerry gets a match, I don't think about Devon, right? Except he may come down here and train with me. But as far as I look at it like this, I have to win in 38 days. It's a must for me, because my plan is not only to be the WAL champion, it's also to be the overall number 1 in the world. So winning in 38 days gives me the leverage to get me a match to win in the top 8. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm. If there were a couple, if 506 was not the finale of the year, and if there were a couple of more cards, then it would make sense to have Devon versus Jerry first, and then the winner take Michael. But that's not the case. And Devon said out of his own mouth he cannot be ready for the finals. He doesn't feel like he can be back to 100% by then. He said he's not really injured per se. He just feels like he's been run over by a truck.
Yeah.
I understand that one. Okay? So, and Michael doesn't want anyone that doesn't think they're 100%.
Hang on. My dog just walked out of the guest bedroom with
a whole roll of toilet paper.
Answer some of those questions real quick.
All right. Another win on Devon would be huge, and that is what I think you should go for. Well, we would like to, but we can't if Devon says can't be ready, right? They're all scared of the monster. I don't think they're scared. They just know they're not ready yet. Potential matches. Jerry deserves a shot at Michael, but Devon brings a lot of build-up to the match. So in my opinion, Jerry deserves a shot because it would be a war. Well, either which way, it would be a war. And you can't really say that one deserves it more than the other because both have gone undefeated this season. Now,
Yeah, they're both. I mean,
if you scrapped last season and said this is a season of its own, I'm looking forward to the day when it's not seasons.
yeah, it's a running thing, just like
One
UFC.
just builds on another, builds on
One
another.
guy
builds on
sits
another.
there holding the hammer,
You know?
aka this guy, right? While everyone else battles to see who gets the shot. And then
Mrs. Monster.
I pull him a couple times a year or whatever.
Why doesn't Chris Chandler pull anymore? Loved seeing Monster pull him, but it was left-handed. Yeah, Chris is not quite in that league right-handed yet.
Yeah, Chris is a strong dude. One of a very just raw power, genetic freak guy. Living in Georgia, I talked to him the other day. I think he's training Paul Passmore and Ron Bath and those guys, so he's getting together. He actually mentioned about possibly coming up here. He said he'd love to do one of my workouts. He says he knows it's going to kill him, but he'd love to come do it. So we may get him up in the next, between now and the finals. You know, I think I may try to do a practice. I talked to Devon, maybe him coming down 1st of September. And then Juji and Tom talked to them. They may come down 1st of September. So I don't know. I won't do any table time after July 8th. I'm not going to do anything past that because that's 17 days out from a match, and I got to make sure that I'm fully healthy and everything. What you got?
Good point. I stand corrected is what someone said. Devin has always given Todd respect, and Michael respects Devin too.
Oh, we're good.
But they're also good with giving each other shit.
Well,
Okay?
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
they know how to build a story, and that's one thing that you'll see that people like Michael Todd and Jeff Hale and Devon Larratt all learned from Arm Wars. You have to build a story for people to actually find interest. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What was that last match somebody said about Jerry?
Monster, you will beat Jerry easily. I don't know if it'll be easy, but what does Devon haggle so endlessly for while strapping? What is he haggling for in the strap? And what position will you be haggling for against you? Or what position would he be haggling for against you?
I think he's going to want a looser strap against me because he's going to want to try to leverage his way out. And I'd prefer just to be duct taped to whoever I'm pulling, right? Just ties together and somebody say go. But yeah,
Somebody say go.
Right. And somebody asked me to go, what does leverage mean? I was talking about give me the leverage to to get myself the match that I want in the world. You know, you can't argue for a match with the winner of top 8 if you can't even be the winner of the WL.
Right.
So that's what I mean by leverage.
Okay, Roger, I have a problem. I keep arm wrestling my cousin. He keeps beating me, but it never feels like I lost in power. It's like he grabs my thumb high and goes through it faster than I can put in even 30% of my strength.
I would I'd go get a strap and just put a strap to you and see if it still feels the same. If it does, you just need to work on your cupping and your stopping power so you can get into the match. Who's the super chat?
S. Stormer again, thank you for the super chat. Will y'all start streaming on Twitch? Don't know what Twitch is. The chat is more controllable and reconnecting is so much better. YouTube chat just gets upsetting and it's infuriating.
It gets really upsetting.
Y'all, you don't know. I just walked upstairs and I'm like, it's over.
No, she was pretty pissed. And I'm like, well, okay, all those questions on the other the live feed, we can just go ahead and I'll answer them and we'll do a video like a Q&A like Brian Shaw did.
Which we're supposed to be doing
I may still probably go ahead and do that with these other questions and we'll just do this one today. But yeah, she came back, she's like, okay, we're gonna do it again. I'm like, all right, it's good, all right. But it does piss you off. It goes from like everybody's in a great mood to you're mad as hell.
Why don't you go to arm wrestle White Sharks with Juji and Devon?
Happily after the finals.
No.
I'm not doing anything that could potentially injure me between now and the finals.
No.
I will happily do that.
How about that? No.
We'll get us more views and more subscribers.
Jerry deserves a match with Levin.
What?
No, he does not.
That's ridiculous.
Wild Pony, wrong.
I like
okay.
you, Wild Pony, but that's a crazy. Crazy.
Why don't you go to arm? Oh, we already read that one. Please get Devin in your gym doing your circuit. I think the video is 10 billion views.
10 billion.
Billion with a B.
We'll get Devin Hound down tomorrow. Then we need 10 billion views.
There's something I wanted to read. Is a match with Travis Badgett a possibility in the near future? If enough money's put on it.
Yeah, there's enough. If there's enough reason to do the match, then I have no problem doing the match.
Yeah, Travis Badgett is not going to do a match for less than 20 grand.
I can't imagine.
Then he's going
to call me and ask me to split it with him. So
he will do that. He's always asking to split money. But here's the deal. Travis Badgett is doing just fine for himself promoting whatever thing he's working on at the time. Okay? And for him to agree to a match that he's got a good chance of losing, okay? For him to agree to that, there has to be enough money for him, even if he walks away without the win, and there has to be enough reason for him to go back to training and stop doing what he's doing. So it would have to be a lot of money on the line.
Oh, he went to go pull Arsen Liliev in horrible shape, but he got $5 grand just to show up. He's like,
Just
$5
to show
grand,
up.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Lost 5-0. He didn't mind.
He didn't
got
care.
$5 grand. It wasn't an issue,
Roger, yes, I always feel like the setup is unfair, but can never put my finger on what's wrong. Okay, here's one thing that, as a promoter of arm wrestling events, we put on arm wrestling tournaments, 3 years, something like that, I don't know.
Yeah.
We do a lot. One thing that irritates the fire out of me, and that you will not hear from this guy, is the setup was unfair. If you are practicing, this is a little bit of my soapbox, if you are practicing with only your perfect setup, you're already screwing yourself, you're going to fail, you're going to lose. You must practice with the worst possible case scenario. Am I correct?
You're correct, sweetheart.
You need to be able to pull from shit setups.
Yeah.
Stop bitching about unfair setups.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going.
Okay, what's Timmy Turner talking to Eric? What did Eric say?
Jerry
No,
already
I
beat
said
one.
no.
Okay.
Who was Eric? Go back to Eric. See what Eric said.
Michael and Devon is the match, period. Jerry can't beat either, not enough endurance. Actually, Jerry's got great endurance.
Jerry's a very strong guy. But yeah, somebody asked me just a minute ago, do I remember Robert Redding? Of course, Robert Redding is who I got started with in 1992. I started wrist wrestling in 1990, met Robert in 92, and then started making frequent trips down to Baton Rouge, and then even moved down there to train with those guys. But yeah, good.
That's right. Great setups great workouts from bad setups. Did you do reverse wrist curls to balance everything out?
Yeah, I've always done reverse wrist curls, but I've only recently started doing reverse wrist rolls. Does that say wrist curls? Yeah. Okay. Now I recently started doing reverse wrist rolls. I've never done like wrist curls, but that is basically what you're saying. I've done reverse curls, but not reverse wrist curls. I started doing reverse wrist rolls, which has helped my I had a lot of outside pain right here, and I felt like it was from I was overdeveloping my cup this way because I'd always done this. So I still don't train my wrist back, but I grab the pipe and I'll roll it to here, and I felt like that's been helping a lot to get rid of that pain.
Morton or Crazy on our previous feed, I'm going to read some questions here, says, if the match was promised to Jerry, then I think he deserves it. I do too. If those were the words that come out of somebody's mouth, you got to stick with that, right?
That's what I feel.
Okay, if the whole thing is just air, then I think Devon versus Jerry first would be appropriate.
And I agree, but that's never going to happen. I mean, we have one more card, so
somebody has to.
And someone's like, "Oh, let's do a 4-way." I'm like, "No,
no,
I'm the champion. You have to beat me." It's ridiculous for me to do a 4-way or 3 round. I'm the champ, dude. I've won the title.
They could do a 4-way to decide who faces you. But
but that wouldn't all be the same night.
No.
And I'm getting paid for this one, so I'm going to be at the finals defending my hammer. So yes, the season needs to be longer. It's not. This is what we have.
Romeo says he would like to see Prudnick versus the Monster. Y'all.
Prudnick, did you see how jacked he was? His
jacked.
His punching and kicking wasn't that impressive, but damn, that dude looked big.
He looks huge.
Yeah.
What do you think, 270?
No, he's like 245, but he's a very fit.
He's bigger than that.
He's cut 245 at 6'2", so he looks bigger. Lean muscle always looks bigger, but yeah, he looked jacked.
He looked incredibly jacked. Do you have plans for post-WAL this season? Movies,
Going,
baby.
yeah. This guy's gonna be an actor, right? I literally I got my phone on Do Not Disturb, and a text came across about a potential meeting with an agent real soon. So I really do want to pursue that as much as possible. If the option is there, I think I make a really good bad guy. So let's do it. Someone said we want you. I actually got a message today on Instagram talking about, we want the old Michael Todd, the clean shaven one. I said, man, there are too many opportunities with a big ass beard. It just, especially for acting, they said it's a very unique look. Obviously, there are bald, big, bearded guys, but I think this kind of sets me apart and gives me a lot more opportunities. Plus, with the WAL potential expansion, growing, getting bigger, there's a lot of beard product companies out there that I believe this could be a potential moneymaker for me because it's a pretty epic beard. I don't know if you guys know.
So people on here are saying that Devon, of course, that match would have higher ratings, but they feel like Jerry deserves it from the sports side. That's agreeable. So what they are thinking is that possibly later on, not in the season, maybe somewhere.
That's just from our conversation with Devon.
It's just talk. But what do y'all think about a year opener?
Like a November, December, January, another country.
India.
Somewhere other than I don't know.
Japan.
Because I actually just got a message about us potentially going to India. Japan would be cool.
Let's do it in Japan.
Yeah. So
that would be awesome.
You're better than I mean, I want the payday.
I think there's something you would prefer.
Oh, match 11.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, once WAL season's over, if Michael has put it away the way that he is training for, the way that he plans for, what would be next except to call out the top?
Let me tell you what would be next. I'm gonna win the finals in convincing fashion. Then we're gonna take the weekend and eat whatever the hell we want. And I'm gonna go back to my maintenance
love him for
workouts
life.
for about a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You know, no pressure, no stress, and then figure out what's coming from there. I've worked my ass off this year.
You have.
I don't know if you guys were able to see it with me versus Dave, but that was the very strongest version of me that has ever pulled on a table. And I believe I'm going to be 6 to 7% stronger than that at the finals. So that's a lot of work. I'm 46 years old. I've busted my ass this year. It's been a lot of work. And after I defend the hammer again and win the WAL finals, I want to take a little bit of time for me and Rebecca. I don't even be doing videos and filming and stuff, but I want the pressure off for a minute. I want to sit back and see what happens. We're going to see the second stage of the PAL, the top 8. We're going to see that mid-September. So I will know who's going into the 1 and 2 spot to pull for the overall winner of the top 8. So give me a couple of weeks after the WL finals to decide what's up, and then I'll let you guys know. I know what my plan is. My plan is beat Jerry and then call out whoever wins top 8 and set that up for maybe January. Go back into full war training November, December. Not take off, but go back to my maintenance workouts through October, just so that I have some, so it's just not that much stress, right? So it's not that much. It's hard. I mean, maybe it's just me. It's just hard for me to put this much energy and focus into this. Like I said, last day's match was 5 months of preparation, 5 months of dedication to nutrition and training and everything for 3 minutes of arm wrestling.
Oh, well, thank you, yourself. Yusef says, hey, Michael, would you like to participate in the top 8 next year and try yourself with guys like Levin and Vitale?
So that's not going to be an option until I'm under contract with WWE.
I got to say this part.
Mrs. Monster's gorgeous. You are beautiful. That's what I'm saying. That is going to have to be negotiated between leagues.
Mm-hmm.
I will never be able to participate in the top 8 while I'm contracted to the WL because the seasons go hand in hand, right? They're during the same time frame. So, and like I just said, I need a break after this season.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way I could go straight from this season, and the top 8 was the off season. I think it's too much to ask for one person to pull that many elite guys. I don't know. I want to do it. I wish I could have done it this year, but I was already, I'm under contract to WL.
So when you ask, would he like to?
I would love to, but I don't think it's going to be the top 8. I think it's going to be the winner of the WAL versus the winner of the top 8 for the overall undisputed number 1 in the world.
Let's talk about that. What rules?
I don't care.
Don't care.
Don't care. Any rules you want, let's arm wrestle.
There you go. Levin versus the Monster would break the internet in views.
I would love it.
How?
The thing is, I don't even know if I stand a chance. I'm really strong. I don't know if I can beat him, but if I can stop him, I swear to you, I can beat him.
There needs to be one main league where the guys actually get paid some real money. This is Thomas Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
The sport is amazing and needs to be taken seriously. Well, even in mixed martial arts, there's more than one league. Yes,
yeah.
There's Bellator, there's
UFC,
else.
there's tons of
Yeah. So having multiple leagues is totally fine, but having contracted athletes makes it to where sometimes the fans and the people who are interested in arm wrestling don't get to see the matches they want to see.
Yeah, someone just asked, would Devon take the match if the hammer was not up for grabs? The hammer is not the issue. Devon has a brand, right? Devon has a very valuable brand currently. Mm-hmm. And from our previous conversation, it's not good for my brand, for my story, for our story, for me to lose to you right now. And
it's great for his.
I was like, it's amazing for my story. But what he meant by that was, I am not healed enough to be ready to make that match what that match could be, right? He said, I know where you're at right now, and unless I'm there, I don't want the match, or unless you're as broke as I am, right? So, and I understand, I'm cool with that. I mean, I wouldn't want to pull me either. But no, I mean, there's an unintentional rivalry between Devon and I. In 2011, he was number 1 in the world, and I wanted to be number 1 in the world. And last year when we pulled, I didn't feel like either one of us could make a claim to that spot. He felt like he could beat anybody in the world. We talked about the day before. I said, so when I beat you tomorrow, it's going to mean more, right? Because I didn't realize that he thought he was amongst the very best then, but he said he was bigger, he was stronger. So last year's match was not for the overall undisputed number one in the world for me, so it didn't have the same allure as it did in 2011. But it still was my WAL title. They did away with the 225s. They just made it assumption that he's going to come up to my class and win, and I was not going to allow that to happen. So now, because he won one, I've won one, we're their marquee guys mainly. Obviously, there's Jerry's in the mix, there's Dave Chafe, there's a lot of very, very, very strong guys. Me beating Jerry in 38 days makes me the undisputed best in the league. There's no one that can argue it. I will have beaten everybody. I entered this league in 2017. I won the WAL finals when everyone said I couldn't. I beat Devon last year when everybody said I couldn't. I beat Dave in a fashion that I don't think he's ever been beat before. And if Jerry is my opponent at 506, I'm going to do the same thing to him.
Devon's not done, JT.
No, Devon's very, very competitive right now. Very, very strong. He just has to look out for the things that are best for him, the best for the league. And honestly, really, it's the best for me as well. If Devon can come into this thing confident, if Devon can come into this match with me healed, the amount of hype that he and I can do leading up to a match, and the sheer emotion that'll come out on that stage, at that table, will be very view worthy. You know what I mean? I like the guy said, Levin, a match with me and Levin will break the internet. I want to pull Levin, and it's just out of sheer respect.
But I think fewer people are interested in that match than there are.
There are more people interested in Devon because that's not arm wrestling purist.
No.
That's entertainment. That's the people, the fans of Devon Larratt.
Right.
The fans of WAL. It's just like when I was sitting on the sidelines and I'm watching ESPN and Travis Bajik tell everybody he's the greatest. I'm like, no, he's not. You know what I'm saying? I know Devon and Travis wasn't great, but everybody believed it. Everybody believed he was greatest because he's on TV telling it. That's the way the fans are. They don't know. They can become more educated now with YouTube, and it's so easy. The world's become so small. But you believe what you hear. You believe what you see. And if you see Devon Larratt on Juji's channel, you see Devon Larratt beating the Mountain, you see Devon Larratt beating Shaq, you think
he's the best in the world?
I think he's the best in the world.
Yeah.
So there's a larger group of people who would want to see that match than there are of the purest arm wrestlers that really care about who is the undisputed overall number in the world. But I'm one of those few that want to pull. I feel like I have a shelf life. And I've talked about this previously. I have a shelf life. I can't keep at among the very best forever, right? And I feel like Levin is either continue to get stronger or have catastrophic health problems, which we don't want. So, and then Vitali, holy shit, he's 6'8" and 275, 280 pounds. He might surpass us all. I just want that. I want to be global. I know in my heart I've been the number one arm wrestler. I'm walking the face of the earth at a couple of different times in my life. I just want to prove it. I want that global recognition. And there'll still be people that hate. But for me, it'll be validation. It'll be validation for 30 years to dedicate myself to a sport and a craft that you make so many sacrifices for, right?
Someone finally figured out I'm drinking orange Gatorade. And they're not a sponsor.
No, they could be. We are available.
I'm just needing some electrolytes.
We are available.
You guys are such a class act. Go Monsters. Continue to be you and dominate all. That is from Damien Sprinkles.
Thank you, Damien.
Michael Ishii, cut to the chase, bro. Who cares what you want? He's laughing. Who do you want to pull at 506?
I mean, okay, I'm gonna be honest. This is 100% selfish. It's about building our brand. It's Devon.
Yeah.
Me beating Devon is more value to my brand than me beating Jerry. So, and it's not who's a better opponent. They're both worthy opponents. They have both been arm wrestling for 25, 30 years, right? They're both amazing athletes. I'm at a stage in my life right now that the win against the most recognized person is more valuable to me. I don't have any enemies in arm wrestling. I love everybody. I even like Travis, right? So yeah, there's no, I don't sit at night and think, oh, I gotta beat this guy. I don't feel that way. I'm gonna be the best me, and I believe currently the best me right now is the best that's out there.
James Halstead, do you think that Corey West has the potential to be #1 in the future?
Okay, so there's a difference between potential and so potential, yes. I believe he has the potential. When I say that barring serious injury.
Yeah, we have no idea how many people injury has taken out of.
Yeah, so I mean, I say this.
Taken out of the run.
And the reason I say he has the potential, yes, he has the genetics, yes, he has the mass, yes, he has, but he has as much heart as anyone I've ever seen.
Lake bottom, we're saying it's probably going to be Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, I was told it's Jerry. When I tell you, when you say it's probably Jerry, we were told it's Jerry, but they haven't announced it yet. So because they haven't announced it, I cannot officially state with 100% certainty it's Jerry, but I believe it's Jerry.
Yeah.
Corey did 3 pull-ups the last time he tried. Someone else did a pull-up at 400 pounds. So that's pretty impressive. I mean, no, but Levin is 385 and he does like 15 pull-ups. So.
Do you think it's better for marketing and branding for you and Devon and arm wrestling in general to hold off your match?
Okay, so
it builds it, but
I'm one of those guys that wants instant gratification, right? I'm not promised tomorrow. Hell, I could die. You know what I'm saying? I want the match as soon as possible for that reason. I'm cool with Devon having to wait 7 years like I did. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't just immediately get the rematch. You know, so I don't necessarily. But we're in a different place in arm wrestling now. There are interest in the league. We are on the verge. WL's on the verge of being a
Kevin
global
Rogers,
brand.
That's not our decision.
We're on the verge of being a global brand, and it just needs the right exposure. So this will be the end of this particular topic. I believe a rematch with Devon and I right now could do the same to the WEL that Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner did to the UFC. That's what I think. I think that's how big a hype that match could be. I mean, that changed the look of UFC forever. It became more than just a cultish sport. It became something that most people became invested in.
Well, if that's the case, then why not have this match with Jerry in Atlanta and spend the next 6 months building that story to where, bam, it happens somewhere not in North America.
Well, we could have it in North America in 6 months. The season starts in 6 months.
We could open it in another country, though. Italy.
Yeah, it probably won't be Italy. They'll probably.
Let's do it in the Coliseum.
Oh, some real gladiator shit right there.
I just told you, didn't I?
Yeah, you told me.
Uh-huh.
You let me compete in this Coliseum, and I'm on that shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Would you wear the cute armor?
I'll wear whatever you want.
Can we go get some of that now?
But yeah, so I don't know, man.
Rematch in the UK, that'd be pretty cool.
She's never been to the UK, so I'd love to take her. That
Get
would
some
be
chips.
awesome.
Want some of that?
I don't know, man. I'm not a real, so yes, I believe I'm going to be Jerry. Jerry said last Thursday in his interview, "Were you confident?" He said, "You have to go in confident. Anything could happen. I just see my options of winning are greater than Jerry's. Right? I think Jerry has to have everything happen perfectly, and I don't think I have to have.
Does your hand have to break?
I think my hand. I have to be injured. I don't. He hasn't beat me this decade prior to last year, so I'm gonna tell us fuck it. I'm putting it out there. I wasn't gonna lose that bomb.
I just dropped it.
I'm not letting someone who has a full-time job beat me. That's not happening. I'm not getting out work for somebody who works a full-time. This is my life. I'm not going into this thing and letting something. Devon Larratt is a full-time professional arm wrestler. Jerry Cadorrette runs a huge car dealership. If a part-time arm wrestler can come in here and beat me, I'll quit. It ain't happening. The Hammer's staying in Arkansas.
Mrs. Monster is speechless. Okay. So anyways, we are down to 5%, so it is time for us to cut this short because Mrs. Monster's got to go get in the pool, guys. Okay. I need some recoup time with this hairy guy back here.
Who wants us to go read the questions off the live that we were on earlier and we do a video that way and we'll just put that out later in the week?
Hit the like button if you want us to do that. There had already been a lot of people said they wanted us to do that from one of the other videos. So Mark, you're behind. Morton or Crazy, I still think you'll break the record for longest match again. That tongue will be 2 inches from your hand. Okay, look, I never knew that was happening until I watched the last match and I was weirded out quite a bit. All right, thank you guys. Mrs. Monster, take care of your monster and vice versa. We want you to just take the camera
To
with
the pool?
you.
No.
No, thank you.
This is adult pool time. You know
Adult
what I'm
pool
saying?
time only. Okay, guys.
See you guys.
That's what you get when you have your own private pool. Okay.
Yeah.
But nice seeing you guys.
Thanks for
We'll
the
chat
support,
again
guys.
soon.